So, you've made the vision board, you've written the goals, you might even feel really excited right now. But if we're being honest, there's a part of you that's like, okay, now what? I feel like every year around this time, there's an immense pressure to become a new version of yourself. New goals, new habits, new routines, all at the same time. And if you've ever set goals with the best intentions, felt super motivated in January, only to quietly give up in March, this video is for you. Today, I want to talk about why that happens and how to actually build goals that work with your real life. Not in a hustle way, not in an all or nothing way, just realistic. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or thank you for joining if you're new here. My name is Kenzie and I am your YouTube cozy best friend. So before we get into anything super specific, I want to ground this in something really simple. I want to walk through 3 reasons I find that New Year's resolutions usually don't work, and then I want to walk you through how to actually set yourself up for success. Nothing intense, nothing overwhelming, just practical things you can take with you into the new year. So the first big problem I find with New Year's resolutions, and I am guilty of this myself, is goals are too vague. So get healthier, run more, be more productive. While those are all really good goals, they're a little bit too vague. What does it mean? What does get healthier mean to you? It's going to be different for everyone. The second problem I find with New Year's resolutions are that they're a little bit too big. Kind of similar to the get healthy, the run more, where they're too vague. New Year's resolutions tend to be the opposite of what you already do. So if someone has exercise every day, and there's someone who doesn't exercise any day of the week, that's too big. You're jumping from 0 to a full routine. Motivation's going to carry you for a little bit and then it's going to drop. And the third problem I find ties these two together. There is no system set up for success. When you build these goals, you're typically looking at the end goal, not the pathway to it. So now let's walk through the 6 steps I'm taking this year to actually achieve my goals and set myself up for success. So the first step would be to audit your goals. Take a look at your vision board, take a look at your New Year's resolution list, your bingo card, whatever you have, and see what falls under these categories of problems. Are any of the goals too big? Any of the goals too vague? Are there goals that you have that you don't know how you're going to get to? Like, is there a path set up? The ones that fall under these problems, mark them. That is what we're going to be working on. This isn't to feel bad. This isn't to redo your goals or anything. This is just how we're going to set up the goals to actually be achievable for you and more realistic. I, as I said, am guilty of this. I have a few on my list that I need to go through, and we'll do them together here today. So, step 2 is really for the goals that are too big or too vague. We're going to shrink those down into what you actually mean. So a good example of this one is get healthier. What does get healthier mean? To me, it could be something completely different to what it means for you. So what we're going to do is, if you don't already know what get healthier means to you, take a step back and figure out, why do you want to get healthier? What are you doing that isn't healthy? And that would be a good stepping point. So for me, I don't eat a lot of the nutrients I need. Instead of get healthier, I might want to say, add more nutrition to my meals. Maybe I want to have at least 1 vegetable per meal. Maybe I just want to have 1 vegetable at dinner. Something super specific. When it's too vague, it's easy to dismiss, easy to say, I'll do that at another time, I'll do that later. Another good example would be, I know I want to stretch more. What does that mean? So think about, when do you want to stretch? When do you have the time to stretch? Why do you want to stretch? Is it for health reasons? Is it because you wake up and you feel kind of tight? So I have stretch for at least 15 minutes in the morning as soon as I get out of bed. That is something super specific. I'll get up in the morning and I have to do it because I can't dismiss it for later because my goal says in the morning after I get out of bed. The third step here is to break large goals into more realistic stages. So we're still keeping the end goal, but now we're going to break it down into smaller, more achievable goals. So on my New Year's resolution list, I have run a 5K. Not necessarily like a race or anything, just be able to run a 5K. And I have not run since my high school mile. Okay? I don't run. So here is what I'm going to do to break that into more achievable steps. So my first goal would be to walk a mile. Then I'll probably walk maybe 2 miles. And then how much can I jog? How much can I do in a mile walking, running mix? So we're breaking those down until my inevitable 5K goal. Because there is no way I'm going to be able to get on a treadmill and run 5K tomorrow. It is just not possible for me. But breaking it down into more realistic goals helps me have a pathway to success to that 5K. That's just my example because I did run a 5K on my list without any real pathing. So step 4 I find is the most important step, and it is to plan for failure in advance. So I'm using failure very lightly here because I don't think it's failing. I just didn't know how else to word this. But essentially, life will get in the way. You'll go through a breakup. You will get sick. Work will be too much. You'll be too tired. Something will happen and you will miss a day. What are we going to do? What we're not going to do is completely dismiss the goal. If I miss a day in March, I'm not doing my goal for the rest of the year. We're going to set up a system for when we fail, how to address it. We're going to give ourselves a rule for when we mess up. Now, there's going to be a few different rules depending on your goal. For me, it's going to be never miss twice in a row. So if I don't run one day or if I don't walk one day and my goal is to do it every day, I will not miss a second day in a row. Okay? That's just something I wanted to do. It is okay to miss one day. Don't miss a second. It will keep me motivated and it gives me an out. If I'm sick, I'll be like, okay, I'll miss today. I'll make sure I do it tomorrow. Another one could be if I fail, I restart without guilt. A lot of this is hard. It is very hard. These goals are usually something you've wanted to work on for a very long time, and you're going to mess up. It is inevitable. Telling yourself it's okay might help just keep that motivation going. You know, if I have a no spend challenge on my list. If I mess up and spend something, that's okay. I'll restart the next day and be like, okay, I didn't start at the beginning of the month, but now it's the 17th and I'll go to the 17th of next month. And I restart without guilt because sometimes it happens. You aren't failing by missing a day. You are failing when you give up entirely. So step 5 is mentality matters and set up your environment for success. My big part of this is social media, but there's other little parts as well. So first, social media. Unfollow people who make you feel unmotivated, who make you feel less of yourself, who make you feel angry, unless you want to feel angry. But unfollow people who aren't letting you achieve your goals. Follow people who do. Maybe go through Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, other social medias, and follow people who inspire you. Follow people who make you feel good, who help motivate you. Influencers, social media stars, friends, family, it doesn't matter. Follow people who make you feel good and help you achieve your goals. Like if you want to get into fitness or you have an issue surrounding health and food, follow people who make you feel good in that space, not bad. There's a lot of people out there. You're going to find someone who fits what you need specifically. And once you do, stick with them because it will help you at the end. Or if you have a goal of planning a trip to New York, follow an Instagram that posts photos of New York or like restaurants in New York. Something where it motivates you and shows you pieces maybe that will help you get to where you want to go. Maybe they'll post something and you're like, I really want to try that place. Put it on your list. Outside of social media, think about your core friend group, the family you're around. Do they help you? Do they motivate you? And in what ways? So, I've always grown up with friends for different reasons. Like, I have friends that would be really good studying with, friends I'd absolutely never study with, friends that are fun to go out with, but friends I would never tell a secret to. You have people in your life for different reasons, and that's okay. But take a look at your friend group. Are they actually helping you? Are they motivating you? Are they there for you? If they're not, what are they there for? You just have to be aware of the people around you because they create your environment, they create your mood, and they can actually help or hurt your goals. And then the last little piece in this would be your environment. So think about when your room's super messy and you have a lot of homework to do. I know I can't do my homework in a messy space. It's too cluttered, my brain's scattered, I want to do anything else, I want to clean. So keep your environment in the same headspace. Have a clean room. Decorate your room to what you want. Put your vision board on your wall. Do things in your like own space that makes you feel motivated, makes you feel successful. I would never put photos of men lifting weights on my wall. It's not something that motivates me. But I would put a photo of like a bunny doing Pilates. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. It matters what motivates you. Because at the end of the day, your goals are going to be a part of you and your real life. So your real life has to support it. And the last step is a gentle reframing. You aren't always going to see progress super fast. You'll probably actually end up seeing it in waves. There will be times where it's super high and sometimes where it's super low and like you kind of plateau, and that's okay. It happens. It's not going to be a linear line. It never is. You don't need an identity overhaul. You just need to figure out what parts of you you want to keep, what parts of you want to change, and how you're going to change them, but still remain who you want to be. And in January, you might actually not see any progress. It's okay. It takes a while for some things to kick in depending on your goal. So don't be disappointed or don't give up because you're not seeing progress. Keep going. Being consistent and showing up for yourself is already a major first step and a lot of progress. If you take nothing else from this video, I hope you remember that you don't need to become a completely new person in January. You don't need perfect routines or insane discipline or motivation that never fades. You just need goals that fit in your life and a plan that lets you come back when things get messy. Progress can be quiet and it can be slow, but it still counts. And if you are setting goals this year, I hope you're gentle with yourself. You deserve that. If you want to do this new year in a slow, more intentional way, I am posting videos every Thursday and Saturday. I post cozy, realistic little vlogs or how-to guides, kind of similar to this video, and I'd love for you to be here with me. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today, and I hope you all have a good start to your new year. Bye, guys!